Hey guys, FilthyRobot here with Arumba, continuing our EU4 playthrough, where I run around looting with a large stack of armies and Arumba does all the hard work. I like it.
I haven't done anything this war, except for move the Navy around a little bit.
Good. So this coalition doesn't seem... I mean, I don't know. I guess we have a lot of allies to take the brunt of these units. I suppose if we were the only people here, a lot of boats would be arriving.
Well, just imagine, see all those armies at the northern borders of France? Just pretend like there was a strait between Calais and Kent.
Yeah.
Those guys would be marching straight onto our capital, all of them. There'd be like 60,000 troops in London right now. So you would feel much, much differently if you weren't protected by the water.
Yep.
I see you're paying attention to your loot, which is good. I don't know if anyone's actually going to be strong enough to take care of that 32 stack for us. Looks like Denmark, ironically, is blockading the Danish separatists. Hilarious. Preventing them from trying to cross over into the Skane fort. So they're just going to sit there pretty much forever.
Good.
And eventually, most likely, either France or Bohemia will go after those rebels.
Good.
Once they have no one else to go for. You can see Verdun, despite having the coalition modifier to their enthusiasm, is now at medium enthusiasm. That's a great sign.
Good.
They kicked out of Castile. I think we were spying on Castile with the same intent to spy maps, and you have 50 spy network strength against them right now.
Right, so do I have a diplomat? Can't do that right now. Right?
You could do it if you had the one criteria required. You don't actually need to send a diplomat. I don't know why, because it's a spy interaction. There's only one choice, Guinea. Scotland will gain knowledge of the region of Guinea by stealing Castilian maps, discovering 2 provinces.
Yes, I want it. Do it.
That's not allowed because we have no units in a region adjacent to this region.
What?
So, go to the regions map mode, which I don't believe is keybound. So you'll need to go to the geographical map modes, bottom right of the 4 map mode buttons. Mm-hmm. And then it's like the bottom of that list. It's called, sorry, the 4th one, yeah, regions. And looking down in Africa, you can see West African Sea is a sea region.
Yep.
Then there's Niger and Guinea. So in order to spy and steal those maps on Guinea, you would have to have a navy or an army in Niger or the West African Sea.
Wait, I have to see the place before I can get the maps of it?
You have to have an army or a navy in the region adjacent to the region you want to steal. So we would just have to send...
Fuck on.
We would just have to send a ship down near Spain, and then you could steal those 2 province maps, which is pathetic haul, by the way. Ideally, you'd want to get at least 25 to 50 provinces worth of maps. But
I'll take 2.
Yeah.
Seems good.
2 is a good number. Provence no longer exists. They just got annexed. That's cool. I suppose we could be being more proactive with the Navy, but keeping the war leader blockaded seems pretty reasonable to me.
Okay.
Hey, look at that. Actually getting cores done. That's funny.
Alright, so let's go this way, and then building an expansion for that.
We still have one more, but it's paused. Holston, do not cancel it. It's sitting at 99.3%, just waiting for somebody to unsiege that province for us. Okay. Now, at this point, honestly, I would probably consider... You're suffering attrition, by the way. I would consider... And the thing that's really irritating about attrition in this case is that every single regiment is going to lose 4 people. So you're going to lose 4 times 25. It's 100 men per month.
What do you mean? Why was I not suffering attrition in the last place I was just at?
Higher supply. It's coastal. This one's not. Supply limit's only 22 in Oxfordshire.
Forgot about that. All right. So give me a second.
Yep. You're only like 1 over the supply limit. So just pull... I would do this. Generally speaking, just do this. Just loot with 2 stacks instead of 1.
I have to break the guys up. I guess it's safer. I forgot about supply limit entirely. Okay, it's fine.
Yeah, no big deal. But it is a big deal over the long term because we only recover 249 manpower per month. So if you accidentally lose 100 to attrition, then there goes half your manpower recovery.
Yep.
Anyway, I would at this point actually consider trying to just peace out soon. Like, we don't even want to be in this war. We just want to tell them to like leave us alone. Okay. You know. So
we start with like England.
Yep. Unfortunately, anything we take is going to cost Diplo points because we don't have a discount for...
And annoyingly, that's going to block our war in England, isn't it? Because we're going to be truce with them?
Yep, the bigger the truce we have with Verdun, it's going to match the truce duration with every other nation involved in the war. So if we do a 15-year truce with Verdun, we're going to have a 15-year truce with England as well. And we could take some...
have England off the map in 15 years.
Yeah, I mean, we could actually peace out right now and take a few provinces off of England. But we don't get a discount for it because it's not the right CB. We have to pay Diplo points for the land. Alternatively,
yeah, it's a lot.
Alternatively, we could just peace out, just take money and war reps, and just peace out and just be done. And then in 5 years, it would be like a very, very short duration truce. We could actually declare a proper war on England.
It's different because we're not making peace with the war leader. We're making peace with England directly.
You can't make peace with England directly because it is a coalition war. You'll notice.
I thought you said we could. Okay, I feel like you just gave me two conflicting pieces of information. The first you said is going to be a very long peace, 15 years, and then you said it's going to be a very short peace, 5 years. How are these? Where are we getting a 15 versus a 5 year?
What I'm saying is, if we negotiate a big peace deal, we take a lot of stuff in this war. We're going to have a long truce with every nation involved because
the peace deal length is based on the amount of the war score you use. I didn't know that.
Minimum 5 years, maximum 15 years on a sliding scale. So 50% peace deals, 10 years, etc.
Okay.
So, yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of tempted to just stick in the war a little bit longer to see if we can convince Bohemia to maybe take care of that 32 stack. I really don't want to have to fight that. We don't even have 29 troops. But I'm also really motivated. Shoot. Never mind. Bohemia has an heir now, which means we cannot claim their throne. Well, actually, we can claim their throne, but we can't really declare war on them. I don't know, whatever. We'll talk about it as we get further in. Let's just wait and see if these guys will actually fight those rebels for us. And we have 19 months until the clergy do something heinous. Are they going to lose a modifier soon, I hope?
No.
Let's see, it's 1509. We have, in 1512, they gain 10% influence.
That's good.
All right, so yeah, this is a problem that is not going to go away. We did just miss the opportunity to take advantage of the army reformer discount on that tech, but I still feel like finishing the idea group was pretty solid. Yeah, we're going to have to revoke a province from the clergy. This problem's not going to go away on its own.
All right.
I would consider, just take a look around the map real quick. Probably Northumberland would be a good call. I think we conquered that much earlier in the game than we did Kildare and Pale. And it's a 553, so it's got quite a bit of development in the diplomacy category, so. Does that make sense to you?
Yep, doing it now.
Yeah, cool. And that will solve that issue. Of course, now they're going to be...
Temporarily, it's going to go up again.
Yeah, they're going to be pissed now because they don't have enough land by 0.6%, but that's okay. We'll end up giving them another province soon. You know, as long as they are above 40% loyalty, we can just sort of wait for a little while. Let that disaster tick down for a bit. We take admin tech right now. We do have...
Go look at what it is. New tech. Get cores finished too.
Oh, nice. Holston actually got unsieged and was able to fall.
Production efficiency 5%. Sure. Do we need... No, but admin's coring, right?
Yeah.
Are we going to have to make a bunch of states in like 2 seconds time here?
Yes. Might want to hold off on doing any major decisions till after this war is over.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
So the drawback to piecing out right now is that it's incredibly unlikely that any of our allies are going to help out with the rebels.
That's Receptors, right?
Yep, just match the front row. 10. Just send 10 infantry with the 4 cav. You don't need to send the entire army because.
Okay. Well, I need to combine them anyway, so I guess I'll go to marches and then I'll make the 10 infantry and 4 cav.
Makes sense.
Okay.
So the drawback to piecing out now would be that Bohemia and France are not going to try to help out with those rebels. They would only try to help out with rebels if they somehow manage to have military access from their actual core territory all the way to the location where the rebels are. And then only if they like you will they actually go try to fight your rebels. But while you're at war, they're like religious about fighting rebels. They see it as an enemy army and they want to kill it. So if we stay at war, they'll help us out with rebels. If we leave now, though, we can get to peace, which lets us lower autonomy over time, lets us let our war exhaustion come down, lets us protect trade, you know, like all the good things that happen from being at peace. So, I don't know. I kind of feel drawn toward just getting out of the war and not really taking anything.
I'm okay with that. I mean, I don't really want to take more land over here except English land, and we can do that in individual wars with England in 5 years.
Yeah. So how about we do this? Let's take transfer trade power if he'll give it to us. He's at -8 reasons to give us a transfer trade power. The reason I'm interested in that is that, well, he actually has no province modifiers, does he? No, it's useless. Never mind. I thought that he had some provincial trade power modifiers in those provinces that he owns, but he doesn't. So let's just take, like, war reps, money. Apparently France is expecting a promise of territory? That's kind of weird. I guess France wants us to give them some of Burgundy. Seems fine. We don't have to pay for that. They pay the Diplo points for that. What if we give them Nevers? Then they're happy. Okay. And beyond that, we don't really want to do much else, really. I think we just want to make the truce as short as we can.
Should I train a couple more regiments here? We have 4.8k manpower, and it looks like we're going to have to go take care of those separatists on our own.
Yeah, I mean, ideally we want to have... They have how many troops in the front row? They've got 29. Our combat width is only 24, so we don't even need to go up to the full 29. We would just want to go up to 24 in the front. And right now you've got...
Where are we at right now? We're looking at 20, so we need 4 more.
You have 24 already. You don't need to train anymore.
Oh, you're talking cav as well. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, so you don't even need more men to reach max combat width right now.
All right.
Just engage in favorable terrain with a good general, and you'll beat those guys probably.
All right.
So, yeah, I mean, let's just peace out. Let's just be done. We didn't want this war. We didn't ask for this.
Okay.
Apparently France gets some land, so whatever. And we're deliberately not using all of our war score because we want to keep the truce short so we can attack England.
Okay.
Okay. I'll get our navy back to protecting trade in the English Channel and grab the other navies. Get them back to London. And
right, I'm going to turn off fort maintenance on our capital fort.
Yeah, okay.
And Lothian.
Yeah. Depending on whether this army tries to teleport to our primary territory or tries to march onto Skane, we need to decide what we're going to do. Either we need to start ferrying the army over to Denmark or just wait till we know where they're going to teleport.
Okay.
We have a victory card failing, apparently. Oh well.
We lost a diplomat. Diplomats can die?
It wasn't an actual diplomat as you're thinking of him. Diplomat is the name of a type of diplomatic advisor. So your advisor that had improved relations, I think it was, he just died.
Okay.
Ooh,
what do we have?
Wallace Hamilton. That's the one. We like
That's
trade.
The one we want?
Yeah, we want him.
He only gets +1 as opposed to +2.
Yeah, but
I guess
we
the
don't
other
wanna...
one's not half price though, is he?
Yeah,
no, he's not.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we're doing fine on Diplo points right now. We're 8 years ahead of time on Diplotech.
All right, I dismissed him.
Okay. Now would be a good time to consider maybe spending some of our Diplo points, possibly.
Well, aren't we going to make a states out of some of the Denmark stuff? Or not
Yeah.
states, states.
Yeah, but that doesn't cost Diplo points. It costs admin points.
Yes, it does.
We're 8 years ahead of time on Diplo, so either you can kind of earmark those points for the next idea group and say, we're definitely going to go a diplomatic idea group next, in which case it's
So
okay.
what do we need for our next idea group? Our next idea group is based on Modern Theocracy 10.
Admin Tech 10.
Admin Tech 10.
Mhm.
Admin Tech 10, okay.
So
It's going to be a while.
we're at Tech 8 right now, and we could take Tech 9 right now if we wanted to. So we're probably like, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 years away from the next idea group.
Okay.
So we're going to end up hitting the Monarch point cap no matter what, I think. I would probably just sink like 300 or 400 points into Mercantilism right now. So
Okay.
on the trade...
looking for the trade menu right now. Got it.
Yep.
Okay. And promote mercantilism.
Yep, each click will give you an extra 1% mercantilism, which gives you 2% provincial trade power in every province, which is not a huge amount, but it adds up over time. And we are a trade nation, so...
Okay.
Now, if you want to, you haven't gotten movement locked yet, why don't you just sort of wait in Pale? Unless you're...
You want me to fight with better terrain is what you're trying to do here?
Yeah, let them cross the river. Instead of you... I mean, like, they've already sieged the province. There was no actual effect because it was protected by the zone of control Pale.
Okay.
Either you park your army in Kildare, is where it should be. Either he's going to march to Pale, in which case that's a fort and you can negate any defensive penalties and actually gain the river crossing penalty because you're defender. Or he's going to march to Kildare, in which case you get the woods and the river crossing as defender.
Okay.
Just wait to see where he goes next. But,
Scandal at the court.
Uh-oh.
Lose 1 stability, or gain 0.5 corruption and lose 80 ducats. Or don't panic and lose 10 prestige because of James the Girthy. Yes, we'll do that because of the Concord. That's much better.
Yes, it is. That was the thing I forgot about a while back. You remember that random event you got? Vigorous Researchers that gave you like plus 40 to all Monarch points? Mm-hmm. That specific event is the event that fires. That is a positive corruption event. Meaning that if you have less than 1 corruption and your corruption is not increasing, then there's a chance that that event will fire. And it can actually fire... There's no cooldown. It could fire next month again, and then the next month. Like, it could just fire all the time.
Nice.
Statistically, it won't do that, but it can, which is cool. All right, I'm keeping an eye on the Danish scepters for you. So we should probably spend some small amount of time at least talking about this whole having the same dynasty as Bohemia thing now.
Why are these rebels just fucking chilling? I thought you told me they were going to be marked. There they go, and they're going to Hampshire. Seriously?
Okay, can you beat them to Hampshire?
I'm not sure where Hampshire is.
Oh, they're actually teleporting. That's funny.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, they're just teleporting.
That is really
weird.
Where
is Hampshire?
Hampshire is the southernmost coast of England. It's farmlands. I would probably just go fight them so you don't have to wait. Because you've already got the right composition to fight them. No, just march into their province. Because if you send the army all the way over there to fight them, then you got to send at least 1 troop back to take the...
I see.
Actually, the fort would take care of it, but just kill them.
Okay.
We were hoping that they would give us defensive terrain, but... Yeah. Not a big deal. We're now down to 84 power projection. Might not be a bad idea to start looking into that 3rd rival slot at some point.
Okay. Just got Cardinal Minister. Can't get the Clergy 5 influence right now, can we? It's too bad. We would get... Man, okay. Let's talk about this decision here, because I kind of want to do this. How screwed are we if we... So we have 2 options, right? First is we gain 10 prestige, which is not that valuable at this moment. Okay. And the second is we can gain... we get Cardinal in administration until the 6th of July, 1530, which gives the following effects: -5% stability cost modifier, +1% missionary strength, +1 tolerance of the true faith, -2 tolerance of heretics, and +5.5 yearly papal influence. I suppose none of those are that big a deal for what we're doing right now. We weren't planning on buying stability cost. We haven't done anything with missionaries yet. I don't really know what tolerance of the true faith does. I know I can find it on the religion screen somewhere if I go to the religious tab and go to religion, and I can look at tolerance of the true faith. I can mouse over it, but it doesn't actually tell me what it does.
It reduces, it's a direct reduction in unrest in any province that you own that is your state religion. So any Catholic province will just have a straight up reduction in that province equal to your tolerance of the true faith. Okay.
And what's tolerance of heretics?
Any nation, any province in your nation that is a heresy of your primary religion. So in this case,
have extra unrest. Okay.
Yes. So like in this case, you can actually go to on the religious tab. You can hover over those little crosses, and you can see which religions comprise heresies or heathens. So I don't want to give them influence. I'm just going to take the 10 prestige instead. Sounds good. Seems simpler because again, you're leaning towards Protestant anyway, so we kind of soon aren't going to care about papal influence anymore.
Yeah. We want to get something else from them first. So I don't even need to leave this army here because Pale will siege it back, right?
Yes.
Let's go back over this way.
All right. So
we're going to have to deal with this 32 stack, huh?
Yeah. Looks like we've got to keep on playing nice with the clergy for a few years until 1517. We got 7 years until we can really do too much with them. Oh well, just keeping an eye on that 32 stack, waiting to see where it goes. I mean, we're making money. We're at full maintenance, making money, so it's fine.
So I want to make some states.
Okay.
So click a territory to make it a state. So I don't know that I understand what states do, but I know it's autonomy, right? So local autonomy is going to go down when I put them in a state.
Okay.
Because they're not a territory, right?
Let me help you out. For like 5th time, Filthy.
Yeah, but I'm not sure that I'm missing some core concept of this. I understand that as you conquer territory, you core it, then you make it into a state, but I don't really understand why you make it a state.
All right, let me give you a brief history lesson. Long time ago, it's going to be brief, I promise. A long time ago, there was no such concept as states. They've added it within the last 2 or 3 major patches.
Oh, this isn't a real history lesson. This is an EU4 history lesson?
Yes, history of the game.
Right,
so
I'll stop taking notes.
Good. Okay, so a long time ago, there were no states. And there was just something called distant overseas. And the way it worked is that any province that you controlled that was not connected via contiguous land borders to your capital would be considered distant overseas and have a 75% autonomy floor. So basically, if you were colonizing Africa as Scotland, you would have distant overseas penalty and you would get almost nothing from that land. So what Paradox did instead is they added the states system to basically make it more of a fluid mechanic where you could say, no, that's my core land, and you get to decide if it's distant overseas or not. Whether or not it's far away makes no difference. You choose whether it is a core part of your territory or not. And again, not to be confused with cores versus states. So this whole state mechanic is basically, it replaced the distant overseas penalty. So that's gone, and instead, if you don't make a province, an area into a state, it stays a territory, and you get the exact same effect as you used to have under distant overseas, which is a 75% autonomy floor. Yeah. So all you're doing when you make something into a state is you're saying, this is my core territory. This is my actual primary land.
And we still have a million fucking states to go, though, right? Like, are we going to gain more states across time?
Some, but eventually we'll reach a point where we can't choose all of them.
Can we unstate something?
Yes. You lose you lose whatever the admin points were that you paid for the full state core.
Yeah, okay, we'll worry about that later. All right. And I make this how do I tell which areas are going to become a single state? There's a state like tab, right? A region tab or something, or area tab.
Areas map mode.
Tab.
Yep.
Okay. So there's 2 areas over here. There's these blue ones, at least in Denmark's land. So we have the blue ones of Holstein, whatever this Dithmarson is, or whatever the fuck it is, and this. Oh my God, these names. Let's conquer. Next time we conquer something, let's conquer something more European.
Like, something easier to pronounce.
Yeah, like England. Although England's not been that easy to pronounce either. Let's just go. We'll start on the the colony continent. Conquer like Boston or something. That'd be easy. So okay, but I'm looking at 2 different states here, right?
Yes, in Denmark. Yeah, you want both of them.
But maybe 3 states even. Is Skane a different state?
Schleswig and Holstein are both part of the same state. The area is called the Schleswig-Holstein area. So making either of those into a state is going to make the whole area into a state.
But Finn and the other place are not part of that area.
Finn is part of the area of Denmark, and we have already made that into a state previously.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, Schleswig and Skane, we want to make those both into states. And the only 2 that we're going to ignore are those ones up in Norway, because they're only 6 development. We're definitely going to continue to expand in Denmark. So it makes sense.
Already is a state. So now I can core all provinces in there and pay for that.
Yeah, how expensive was it? Well, it's not too bad. Just 55 points. Pretty cheap.
Yeah. Is this our territory? No. Yes. No, it is.
Okay. So.
No, it's Verdun. Why is it yellow for us then? Because Verdun's yellow and we're yellow?
Yeah, annoyingly.
Oh, son of a bitch. Are you kidding me? That's the only thing that's been like, that I've been using successfully this game. I'm like, all right, the yellow stuff touching our land is ours. So this yellow stuff touching our land is not ours.
Yeah, get used to using the E key if that's confusing, because that'll color your land green, everyone else is gray.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But, yeah, so...
Timing.
Yeah, we're going to have to take a break here, but if we can put down these rebels, we can consider a few things like when do we want to embrace Protestant, if we want to act on this same dynasty as Bohemia, that kind of stuff. So,
okay.
We'll be back.
Next time.
Yeah, we'll be back later. Thanks for watching, everyone. See you soon.